What's going on YouTube and y'all squad? This is your boy Yocrates. This is your review for The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 12, Episode 20. So, let me see. I'm going to breeze through some of this because some of this stuff to me didn't matter. Some damn control, all this other stuff. So, we start off with Dorit. She calls Kyle. Kyle is on set. They rehash what happened at Crystal Party. Next, we get Erica on that is doing a virtual counseling session with Dr. Jen. The therapist says that she experienced losses, from the loss of her marriage to the loss of, I guess, the way that she thought that her man was or how he portrayed himself to be, and the loss of finance. I'm like, no, the real loss was the loss of finance. Let's be clear. Anyway, then she says, well, Tom, will get mean. Like, he was nice, but he would get mean. And they showed two clips of him pretty much just letting her know, like, hey, I'm talking, let me finish my sentence. I'm sorry if the middle of my sentence interrupted the beginning of yours, but I'm going to finish talking. Like, that's it. Like, so if that's me, come on somewhere. What else? So now we have the pre-mess pop-up shop. So we're still doing Erica. We find out that Kathy's meltdown has, quote-unquote, made it to the vlog. So I'll just say, yeah. Her meltdown has made it to the box. Sutton shows up because, she wants to be the bigger person because, Erica did not show up to her event. So, whatever. It's cool. Yeah, all I'm going to say is this. Sutton, if Erica comes back and bites your head off, I won't have any sympathy for you. I'm just going to say that. The girls were told to bring their stylists with them. So, I guess their stylists could, kind of match the hair to the women and all that other stuff. Okay, cool. You gonna have, people in your friend group buying your stuff. That's cool. Dorit and Renna talk. Dorit says Kathy talked to her, and she remembers everything, which is understandable. Lisa shares, more of the text, and honestly, I feel like we should just get all the texts. Because we got a piece of a text that was further expounded on from what we first got. But what we were sold is, please do not say anything we discuss. Otherwise, it will be a huge scene that everyone gets dragged into. No bueno. And then Lisa said that was a veiled threat. No, it's not. That was a request. And again, she's asking you, hey, what I discussed with you, so yeah, I've been all other stuff, but what I discussed with you, can they stay between us? Because if you say anything about it, it's going to create a scene, which is exactly what's happening. And there's a whole, granted, a lot really hasn't happened from it because we ain't get everything. Because again, we know there's cameras in a Sprinter, but hey, obviously we're not going to be showing that footage. Nevertheless, she is like, just keep this between us. And again, now that it's out there, it's like what she said she didn't want to happen is truly what's happening because of all people, you decide to go with and vent to Lisa Brenner. Of all people, I don't know why you did that, Kathy. But yeah. And then she says, please, it goes farther than you would want to know. Meaning that the issue that she has with her sister are probably like what you probably know is surface compared to what it really is. And again, when it comes to, relationship, amongst immediate family, especially if you have a sibling, a lot of that shit does run deep. I'm talking from experience. And then that's when it ends with silence is golden. I'm staying silent. That is what we got. Not last week's episode, but at the end of the episode before last. Like, that was at the very end. So, it's just like, I wish we would have just got all of it at one time, but whatever. And then Dorit says she told Kathy to tackle this head on. Alright, cool. They rejoin the girls. Now, all the women are there except for Kyle, because she's working. Garcelle, because she's working, and Kathy. Apparently, Kathy said she was going to show up, but she decided not to. Is what it is. Then they start to give us a little bit more of the story. So allegedly, apparently, Kathy went up to the DJ, wanted them to play Billie Jean because she and Michael Jackson were very good friends, and that didn't happen. So somebody there, I would assume, probably the DJ, told her to go back to LA Doris says that she told Kathy that this isn't personal, it's nothing but business. Then you have Diana bringing up that because she ended up giving, I think, a server $200 because they weren't being served drink, and she was like, "Well, I know the game, so you would think that Kathy know the game. I wasn't born into this. I just learned." And of course, Erica had to make a dig in, but she was correcting her. No, she married into this. Hell, we all married into it. But yes, and look, we do understand sometimes with certain establishment, people don't care who you are. They care about that paper. So if you willing to sit here and throw them some money, they'll be more accommodating to you. We understand that. But maybe she just didn't feel. And again, it was just a simple request. Now, again, for all we know, the guy or gal, because I don't know the gender of the person, probably gave her attitude. We don't know. But again, we're still not getting everything right. So Sheree shares that earlier that day she did run into Kathy, and Kathy, was shaking, was kind of fuming. So Lisa's like, "Oh, so now she's playing like, oh, I didn't know that. So you mean to tell me that this started early in the day? Maybe me ordering the tequila has something." First and foremost, you knew it. You knew what it was, and you knew what you were doing, and you were trying to pretty much have the moment that you had to pretty much create the scenes that you need to create. Because again, your storyline of losing your mom, how tragic that may be, obviously that fizzled because I'm not saying you can't hold on to it, but you can't use that as an excuse to be an asshole to people. You got to let that go, just like Doree had to let that burglary go, but burglary situation go, and she ain't had much of a storyline after that. But whatever. So she shares that well, she didn't share with us, but she let the ladies know like Kathy had some unfavorable things to say about all the women for the most part, and she tells us in her confessional / interview that Kathy said that Dorit was stupid, um, something, and an idiot. I don't know what the other thing I wrote down there was. Then said that Crystal and Sutton were pieces of shit, and Lisa says she and Garcelle came out looking the best after Kathy's alleged, breakdown, psychotic break, whatever you want to call it, or whatever she wants to call it. But I don't know if I would agree. Garcelle more than likely, but I can't see Kathy just not laying into you, especially given what you've done to Kim. And if she was, I'm just saying, like, if she was really having a break, I'm shocked she didn't turn her sights on you. But I wasn't there, so I don't know. Then she says she's sending Kathy blessings and prayers because she needs it. I'm gonna just let that go. But all I'm gonna say is I hope for Kathy's sake that those prayers and blessings did not leave, like did not even go past your front door when you said them, because don't nobody want that. So we get Cal and Kathy. Kathy is there to apologize. She was venting her feelings and didn't think that it would get back to her. And it's like, yeah, but again, look who you told it to. And look, sometimes, if you've ever just had some stuff built up and you just get it all out there, and sometimes it's like, oh, especially when it gets back to that person. Me, I really just don't be giving a fuck. Because I'm going to just say what it is that I said. And you be like, I heard you said this. And I'll be like, no, I said that. And I also said this and this and this. Like, I said it to your face. But again, that's me. I'm a different type of person. Y'all know I'm jaded. She claims she was hurt by the jokes that they were throwing her way. I'm sorry, I don't believe. Now, here's one thing I'm going to say. There are moments with Kathy talking to Kyle where I'm going to have to side with Kyle. This being one of them where I don't think it was the jokes that hurt you. This is one of those where this is an easy thing for you to sit here and mask it behind rather than get into the root of what the issue is. But I also think because the cameras are right there, she's not trying to go into explicit detail. I think if the cameras weren't there, they probably would have had a more deeper conversation. Kyle says that Kathy going off on her, it hurt her feelings, and she was also embarrassed. Kathy apologizes, but she says she's even more apologetic for all of what she said when she and Lisa were back at the house. Kyle asks, why did she say those things? Being very, vague about it, which, again, you can't sit here and tell me that Lisa ain't shared what Kathy, quote unquote, allegedly said. So Kathy says it's, it was anger, stupidity, you know, me drinking wine, the altitude, and I didn't appreciate that. I wish Kathy would have just stood 10 toes down. Like, why would you say that? Because of this and this and this. But again, I understand the cameras are there, so you don't want to do that. She's not trying to give a moment. And she also has a reputation to uphold. I probably wouldn't have cared. I probably just, oh, you want to know why I said, oh, well, let me give you the reasons. But again, that's me. So Kyle says she hasn't felt support from her sisters, and to hear her say those things made her feel like Kathy hates her. Well, you don't have the support of your sisters because of how you do your sisters. That's why you don't have the support of your sisters. Now, do I believe that she stole Kim's house from up under her? Yes, I do. But you know what? We don't even have to go there. You revealed to the world that she was an alcoholic first season one, and that was with the cameras being there because you were mad and you wanted to just throw something at her because you couldn't verbally go toe to toe with Kim. Then for seasons you did not have her back, and then when Lisa came on, you sat there while Lisa was going in on your sister, questioning her sobriety, had said that she was close to death. When this woman attempted to choke your sister, you did nothing. When this woman baptized your sister, you did nothing. And when she broke a glass in front of her in an attempt to intimidate and scare her, what you actually did was you ran out that restaurant. That's why Kim not messing with you. That's why you don't get Kim's support because you do wrong by Kim. And Kathy, take everything that you did to Kim because Kathy has to bear that on her shoulders, and then all of the moves that you made that hurt Kathy's immediate family. And I'm gonna just leave it there. So of course you don't have. And again, I wish Kathy would have said these things, but I got it. I gotta keep saying the cameras are there. She wasn't going to do them. Kathy says that she works too much and needs to, make time and spend time with her family. Cal says she does and is trying to balance things. When someone hurts me, I keeps them at arm's length, including blood. I don't know why she thought that was finna hurt Kathy's feelings because we're gonna keep it all the way above. You the one that's been trying to stay in Kathy's good graces, more or less trying to stay associated with her and her daughters because like I said, those names hold some weight. Like, let's be clear. Um, Kathy wishes they could have more direct talks. Cal says Kathy calls her just to rant. Kathy doesn't ask her how she's doing, etc. I'm inclined to believe that. For some reason, I probably do feel that's probably the case because not saying that. Well, it is a bad thing, but Kathy does give me self-absorbed, and she's probably calling Kyle, venting and ranting about rich people problems. I don't know, but she was like, you don't call me, ask me how I'm doing or anything like that, and I don't know. For some reason, I felt like that was the truth. Like, I'm not buying a lot of the tears and whatnot that Cal does, but I did kind of feel like she was possibly telling the truth. So Kathy sings her praises, says she's proud of her, and even says that, their mom is proud of her. And that meant a lot to Cal. And Cal asked if Kathy spoke to all the ladies. She said all but Erica because her and Erica don't talk. And she hasn't spoke to Lisa. Like, she's tried to reach out, but got nothing. And then Kyle says Lisa's on her way if you want to stay and talk to her. And Kathy says she will. She will oblige. Then we get Sutton, Erica, and Popeye's chicken. So they're at Sutton's house. The Popeyes. She can put that on the good china and everything else. Which was a nice, cute, fun scene. Again, like I said earlier, if Sutton, if Erica bites your head off again, look. You better be like Donna Summers and Barbara Streisand. No more tears. Enough is enough. I don't want to see them. But Erica is tired and she wants to move on. Cool. Sutton wants her to, stop with the lashing out and wants her to add more compassion and empathy to her voice. That's really all that we really got in that scene. They kissed their man up, so we're done. So we get back over to Cal, Kathy, and now Lisa has joined. Kathy apologized to Lisa. Lisa says she was shook. Kathy needs to figure out her triggers and what sent her there and needs to take accountability for what she said and that she needs help. And that was several different statements, but I just wrote it all in one. And first and foremost, this is something that if y'all been watching Beverly Hills, this is something that Lisa does where she will sit here because ultimately what she's trying to do is she's trying to provoke a reaction. That's all that she's trying to do. And this is what she's doing here. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about some, you need to figure out your triggers and what sent you there. Man, we can say the same damn thing about you. And saying that she needs to take accountability. There are times that you needed to take accountability, and that accountability either came towards the season, the end of a season, or at the reunion. Never immediately following a situation when you catch, sudden amnesia and all this other stuff. You want everybody else to own it, but you can't own it. Like, stop playing. Kathy says, a lot happened. It was 3 days of build up. And Lisa asks, is that to shut me up? Trying to sit here and because again, all that she's trying to do is truly get her to his point to where, yep, now because she wants the moment on camera. She it's like the cameras are here. They can whatever happened before. You can't hide this. That's all that she's trying to do to her. And Kathy's like, no, I'm not trying to shut you up. Oh, now I can't. I was about to say I can't even turn the page. What's going on? So then Kathy says to Lisa, she can be very unkind too. So Lisa says, so we're going to go there. It's not about me. It's about you. Steady applying the pressure. And honestly, I wish Kathy would have just had stopped right there. Just like, okay, well, that's it. But Kathy then, breaks down a little bit, says that, she's going through some things. Her friend is dying of cancer. She apologizes again and says, she doesn't act this way. People who have known, me for 30 years know that I don't have a problem with people. Now, I do believe that she has a friend that's dying from cancer. I do believe some of that emotion, but I also felt in that moment, this was the whole, let me try to sit here and make myself a bit of a victim so you can back up off me. That don't work with Lisa right now. I'm just saying. So Lisa asks Kathy, why is she looking at her like that? And Kathy says, because you're looking at me like I have a big problem. Can you have a little compassion? Lisa tells her she won't get away with this with her. Now I'm gonna say this. I want everybody to have the energy with Lisa. But then she goes on to say, if you really want to apologize, let's talk about what you said about people. I partially agreed with this statement. Is if you really want to apologize, let's actually talk about what happened. Because I'm one of those people where, call me petty, but I want an itemized apology. Where you are saying back to me that you understand you said and did these things and this is what you apologize for, not just, I'm sorry for how I acted. No. Now for her to want her to put everything out there that she said about the other women, but if she's apologizing to you for her, like for what her actions were, then you should just kept it between you and her and not try to, get her to say on camera in front of Kyle what she said about the other girls. And then she says, did you know I locked myself in the room? You were having a psychotic break. And again, further trying to get her to have a reaction. And now we're diagnosing. Okay. So Kathy tells us in her confessional, she can't believe Lisa is scared, especially for someone that almost assaulted Kim. And y'all know I've been bringing this up, but my thing, and I even said in this review, but my thing is, Kathy, why did you not say that to her face again? And I know I keep saying I understand she was not trying to have a moment on camera. But this is, again, I wouldn't have cared. Like, we would have just had a knockout, drag out. But I don't have the coins that Kathy have, so there's that. So Kyle breaks down a little bit because she's upset that her sister and play sister are at odds. And Kathy says, she won't have any. Oh, I'm sorry. Lisa wants to know where is his anger stemming from, and says you have to figure out why you have a black heart. That was when Kathy was just done with it and says, you know what, I'm not going to have any more conversations with you. And Lisa's whole thing is, I fear like we were going to get to that point. Yeah, because you're trying to provoke this woman and you're just not getting it. And then Cal says in her confessional, Kathy is trying to keep it together, but Lisa is pushing it. Kyle, why didn't you say it to Lisa right then? Because regardless of how mad you may be, if you clearly see that this quote unquote friend or play sister of yours is purposefully trying to agitate your sister, you don't want to say nothing about it. So you just gonna let it happen all because it's on TV and we're producing scenes and you low key don't like your sister like that. Oh, okay, I get it. But that's it. That's the review. Next week is the finale. I mean, man, like I really thought we were going to get more of the supposing thing that happened, but allegedly Kathy had her people, strong arm Bravo into re-editing footage and all this other stuff and having a lot of stuff taken out. So, and that's alleged. I don't know if that's true, but that's that. So yeah, that's it, y'all. So that's all that I have. If y'all are wondering about Salt Lake City, I'm very on the fence on if I like it's DVR, but I don't know if I'm going to watch and review it. Mostly because of all of what happened last season, and I do feel that I'm gonna just start dragging individuals just based off of how last season ended and certain things that were done. And look, I'm not excusing Mary's behavior and things that she has said, but the way that they came after her, the way that a certain person signaled to that racist piece of you know what to go after Mary, stuff like that. No, 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 no. So I might watch it, but I can't say that I'm gonna review it. If anything, I might do the reunion, but even that's a stretch. But again, that's all that I have. So thank you all so much for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and share. And you all have a great one. Peace out.